Good evening, everybody. Well, welcome to Apex Racing TV and the BSR MX5 Showdown, a new series here that's running for the duration of what will be the BSR TC Showdown. So 7 or 8 weeks, I believe. And yeah, it's going to be fun. We've got over 50 cars here tonight at the Suzuka International Racing Course. It's the Grand Prix circuit, and Alex, we just had the Japanese Grand Prix at the weekend, and what a perfect place to be on the Tuesday night.
Yep, hello everybody, good to be here. No rest for the wicked, it would seem. Straight back in, and that's it as well. So yeah, good series. I mean, 52 cars out there at the moment, so that's a pretty impressive start. Yeah, very accessible car, the MX5, a lot of fun to drive, and yeah, good venue for the first week as well at Suzuka. Give us perhaps a little taste of what we're going to get on Thursday night.
A good one, isn't it, the MX5, and especially since they updated it in 2015.
I think it was 2015. Yeah.
It's become a bit of a fan favourite actually on iRacing these days.
Yeah, it has. It's still the most popular car in iRacing, not just because it's the rookie, but I think
it's free.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's free as well. But
no, it's very good.
Actually, it's a great car to drive. You know, and a lot of people sort of who do drive it in real life say, you know, actually it is one of the better models that they've done as well. So yeah, so,
of course there's links to that car, isn't there, with like Glenn McGee and the other drivers who've actually done it. They do the Road to Pro, don't they? Mazda Road to
I think Mazda paid particular attention to iRacing and making sure this is as good as it can get, kind of thing, physics wise for them. So there's still a few things that are underlying. I think that iRacing need to the tweak on it. So, you know, knowing motors know to believe the tyre model with the temperature issue. But once that gets sorted out, actually, I think this will be really useful tool for people trying to get into sort of the MX5 in real life.
Right, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great car to learn in as well, you know, learn the racing lines and learn how to extract the speed from the car and things like that, and keeping momentum, because it is a momentum car, isn't it, the Mazda? It's got a little bit of power, but tends to be more about who can be the smoothest, really.
Yeah, exactly. That mid-speed and exit speed is so critical in the car, and it's a critical circuit for that anyway. Is Suzuka, so we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, what we won't see is like with the Kia is that wheel-to-wheel action that sometimes you can get with the Kia that involves a little contact here and there, and they can correct it easier. That's going to be a little bit harder for those guys to do.
There's been a lot of spins in qualifying as well, and crashes because of that.
Yeah, and I think we'll see a lot of accidents tonight in that sense with this huge grid. So let's just hope most of it sort of goes off the track rather than back onto it, because we could have an absolute almighty one with 52 cars.
Lee Berridge going off in Degner 1. That's where Marcus Ericsson came to grief on Sunday evening, and yeah, I just hope that and I hope we don't, but if we do get a bit of carnage in this round, I do hope that we don't, that drivers stick with it a little bit and realise that, yeah, it's going to be a bit like that at the start, because there's a lot of the names are familiar ones, but there's quite a few that the drivers aren't really, they don't really know that well.
There's a reason iRacing have 20 cars on a grid, you know, and the rookies and stuff like that, you know, because when you put 52 on there, you know, you always run the opportunity of 20 cars being taken out if there's something going on in the mid-pack at the start, you know, this thing. So you just got to expect that a little bit and, you know, take that on the chin, I think. You know, you enter this kind of a series, you know it might happen. It's not like, you know, people driving rubbish, you know, when there's crashes that you just can't see because there's a mass of cars. It's going to happen.
Take you through the grid in a moment. There's still some drivers finishing off some qualifying laps, I think. In fact, I think everybody is pretty much done. Can you see anybody else coming through?
No, not on the circuit. No, it looks like everybody's in, I think.
Right, well, I'll get a bit of a head start on reading out the grid then. Brian Holmes, a man who we used to seeing at the front in the even the Rickmatech Sports Car Series, is on pole position with Anwar Smith surprisingly in second place. Jamie Ayres in third. Patrick Fleece in fourth. Alex Cherney, that's a name that we know from the original days of ARL TV, and in fifth position. Steve Hefford in sixth. Cesare Rizzo in seventh. Pete Newman eighth. Neil Bamber ninth. Lewis Bibby rounds out the top 10. And then it's Ross McFarlane in 11th. Vlad Zyanchovsky in 12th. Max Wright in 13th. 14th is Stephen Baxter. Chris Daines in 15th, ahead of Nathan Davis. And that's Jack McIntyre in 17th place. Adam Hedgecock is 18th. Matthew Bacon in 19th. Stuart Atkinson in 20th. And then Thorstein Helgeson in 21st. Adam Broughton Grant in 22nd. John Roberts in 23rd. Rafe Cullen in 24th. 25th for Peter Van Gool. 26th is Lee Berridge. Mark King is 27th. Paul Murray is 28th. Andrew Whitehead in 29th. Joe McDonald 30th. Stephen Minton 31st. Kip Stevens 32nd. He won a title in this car as recently as the Winter Series, of course. Adrian King in 33rd. And Ian King in 34th. And then cars that didn't set a time, well, there's quite a lot of them. Dries Nice, Alexander Smolensky, Josh Thompson, David Waldock, Daniel Hunt, Laura Bond, Lee Deemer, Roy Ververke, Nick McCarron, Adam McNally, Daniel McCauley, Gareth Hickling, Craig McLeod-Evans, Mr. G. Giles, Craig Jones, Robert Lundgren, David Ayres, and at the back in 52nd is Michael Barry. And probably have to get the old binoculars out to be able to see the lights, Alex.
Yeah, I think you're going to be right.
He's probably round the corner, actually. I'm not sure he's even on the straight, is he?
No, right round the corner. Yeah.
Oh
crazy.
dear, well, he won't be able to see anything then. I wish you did have to look for the lights in iRacing. It could make for some quite comical situations.
Go when the car goes in front and that's it.
That's it. Got about 20 seconds left before the start then.
A couple of cars haven't quite made it to the grid. Craig McLeod-Evans and Roy Ververke. There's Roy. He's on there. Waiting for Craig, and then this race will get going. Looks like he's missed it. Oh, we've got a jump start in the back. 51 cars then.
Here we go then. You might as well go if you jump the start.
Yeah.
Here we go. The green light is on, and the MX5 Showdown begins. Good start by Holmes. Someone's off into the wall already. It's Mark King, I think, that's gone into the wall. But Holmes leading. Smith in second in the Youth Energy car. And then it's Fleece, and then Ayres, Hefford, Rizzo, Cherney, Newman and Bibby going through the first sector.
Yeah,
side by side then is Rizzo and Alex Cherney. Alex Cherney going through there. Nice move to keep that position.
We'll look further back, see if anybody else had any issues. I think the rest of the drivers have got through.
Pete Newman side by side with number...
Oh! A bit further back, just going through the S's, the final corner. I think they all managed to avoid each other, so yeah, we're good.
I think we are just about good. Has everybody survived that then, apart from King?
I think so. Craig
Kings
Jones,
on the,
problem for him maybe.
We've got 3 Kings on the grid, mate. As many jokes about that as you want. As Nathan Davis going up the inside of Ross McFarlane into the hairpin. Davis, the Apex Racing car.
I know Davis likes the MX5, doesn't he? So
Yeah,
Thompson dropping down the order. Is it time to have a shot already?
I don't want to get that drunk already. I'm going sober for October. Wouldn't last if we had to commentate on Josh every day. What's happened? I don't know.
Well, let's see
Don't
what
know,
happens.
Jeff. Oh my God! Look at this.
At the replay now, see if we can see exactly what happened.
They're almost
got the inside of the boosted car and then gets turned. Has he been disqualified already on lap 1?
Oh really?
I think he might have been.
11 incident limit, is he? Oh my God.
That would be impressive.
Unbelievable.
Disqualified by the hairpin.
Well, that's possible, is it? As, there were almost 3 wide into 130R, by the way, in Alex Cherney, Hefford, Rizzo, Newman, Bamber, knocking spots off each other. And in the background's another big group. headed by Stephen. No, it's not Stephen. Is it Stephen Baxter? No, Matthew Bacon.
Yeah, Bacon.
Then it's Baxter.
I'm actually on board with Roberts right now.
Oh God, I bet that's a view and a half. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that gaggle. Oh! Who's that?
I'm in the Marlboro car.
I don't know who that is.
This looks like Adam Broughton Grant. They're in the Team Mad. At the moment it's shown as a Marlboro car. I don't know if everybody's uploaded their paints to trade in paints. It seems like some of them are coming down, but certainly not all of them.
So Holmes leading. Bliss is up in second place. We'll start from him. From fourth on the grid, and then it's Anwar Smith in third. Steve Hefford fourth, and Cesare Rizzo in fifth position. And then you've got Kearney and Ayres side by side. Then it's Newman, Bibby, Bamber and Davis.
Yeah.
So Davis having a look. Having a look on Bamber. Neil Bamber inside. Oh, close.
Yeah, Davis is in the Rothmans, isn't he? Actually, now that the liveries have come down, I don't know if yours is updated for you as well.
Trading pace, is it?
Yeah. It looks nice. Brian Holmes, he's not used to leading such a big pack, is he? I mean, he's quick in the Ricmatech series. That's a whole load of cars behind him right now.
He was leading the race
Bibby dropping down the order. Was that just, I think it was just a connection issue. I think he's okay.
He did win a race in the BSR TC though, didn't he? Last week.
That's it, yeah.
But maybe not as big a pack as this. It definitely wasn't.
No, because the TC's been about, what, 45 cars all season long?
Yeah, 52, 53 here. Side by side between Holmes and Smith. Smith up the inside in... Sorry, not Smith, is it? It's Fliss, sorry. Fliss up the inside, and Fliss is into the lead in the final chicane, the Casio Triangle. Yeah.
Been a bit of contact. Pete
start.
Newman, I think, has had some problems. He's around and waiting for cars to come by. It's a horrible feeling. Such a huge pack, and also somebody else stationary, Rafe Cullinan, I think. Maybe you can have a look at that one, Andrew. See what's going on with Rafe. We'll try.
I wouldn't have been able to see it. I don't think. I can have a look.
Oh, just coming out of 130R, Pete. Just was it contact? Not sure if it was contact or not. Quickly see what happened to Rafe here. Where did he lose it? Is that a little bit? A little bit of contact through the second part of the triangle, and then it just has to sit there, be patient for the moment, spins around and gets back going again.
I think Kip Stevens might have been off at turn 1. Yeah, Fliss versus Holmes for the race lead then, and Hefford's got past Smith. Oh, what an exit from Degner 2 by Brian Holmes. What a great run on Patrick Fliss.
Yeah, going to have to go around the outside if he's going to make it happen. There's a bit of camber there, isn't there? And you notice most of the F1 drivers all not running right up to the curb because they seem to be able to carry a bit more speed through that part of the corner.
He's made a fantastic exit as Brian Holmes.
Jamie Ayres dropping down the order as well. Stay with this lead battle.
Side by side as they go into Spoon Curve. Happen between Holmes and Fliss here. Holmes takes a little bit of the curb.
One's retired off there as well. The exit of Spoon, you can see.
Oh, good exit by Fliss. And look at Hefford. Hefford's exit was fantastic.
Yeah, decided to follow him behind. Let's jump on board with Hefford for a moment for Holmes, but it looks like Fliss is actually carrying a bit more speed. Going to push him, try and get by here. He's just boxed in, isn't he? Got nowhere to go for Hefford.
Great exit he got, but he wasn't able to use
look at the exit, Smith. Yeah.
Anwar Smith, look at this momentum here.
That's what happens when you get boxed in. Can't go anywhere.
I'm impressed by Smith. He was pretty poor in the Porsche series that we ran, but this is very good indeed. He's in the top 3 now. And he's under pressure from Steve Hefford, those BSRTC veteran.
Hefford trying to go back around the outside. And he's going to do that as well. Sweeps around. One good thing about the MX5, you don't half get a lot of draft off of it, don't you? So can help facilitate lots of overtakes. Some side-by-side battling going on further back as well. I think Neil Bamber, yeah,
and McIntyre, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Bacon and Atkinson, yeah.
Someone off as well, going through first turn. Back to the lead. 3 laps to go.
Spread out quite a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has done. Again, I think that's just because the field's not quite as used to this car yet as they are some of the others. So I think as the season goes on, obviously it's only a sort of 8-race championship. That'll soon change. Gareth Hickling dropping down the order, as well as Neil Bamber as well. I'm guessing these are all disqualifications because...
Well, we also lost on that lap, I think, Jamie Ayres, Alex Smolensky, Stephen Baxter, Stephen Minton, and Pete Newman. Eddie King's in the pits.
People dropping like flies at the minute.
There are already drivers over 45 seconds behind after just 4 laps.
Vivian McFarlane, very, very close as well. McFarlane trying to get onto Rizzo. And then...
That for 7th?
6th, 7th and 8th. Yeah.
6th, 7th and 8th. Oh, somebody...
Oh, Bibby's connection is all over the place. Oh,
Bibby caused that one. Rizzo off. But really, yeah, Bibby's connection pretty much caused that problem, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to sort of focus on Rizzo just for a second, just to see if it was just all of a sudden the car just got loose, or whether he was, it come away. Weird, because Bibby's car is like, a couple of cars back, really. So.
Yeah, unless it kind of caused netcode between...
Oh, no, Rizzo just lost it on his own.
Oh.
That wasn't netcode.
Lost it on his own, did he? Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's all you can say.
Running team.
What have we got there? Ross McFarlane. Max Wright in the 28?
There's Max Wright, yep. Oh!
Let's have a look up the inside. He left the space, Ross McFarlane. He wishes he didn't. Oh, and then he cuts across.
Yeah.
Poor driving, and
gotta leave the room there. You've made the mistake and let him get out the inside. You can't sweep back in.
He's right. He was right alongside, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it was exactly. Was he even in front? He might have even been in front when they turned in. Let's have a look. I mean, I know Max Wright's no angel a lot of the times, but yeah, they were completely even. Bang, no space given. Ross McFarlane, I think, will pop the wrath of the stewards for that one, as I've got fireworks outside my door. I don't need.
Thought it was inside for the minute.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't shot anyone, not yet. Anyway, as Wright's now having to. He's now getting passed by number 5. That's Lon Murray. Struggling a bit. Is Wright though. Now he's got damage.
Got to look at the front battle, mate. They're side by side again, or they were Fliss and it's Fliss and Hefford now. Holmes just dropped back through the hairpin. I don't know quite what happened there.
We saw though in the Winter Series just how quick Hefford was, didn't we? He was super, super fast in this MX5, and here he goes again up the inside into Spoon. The opening part, the first part, the second part, it's got a bit of camber to it. Oh, both lines are really as good as each other. Through Spoon, Alex, you don't really get an advantage either way.
Yeah, good drive off the corner.
Exit by Fliss, but it's not by much.
No, you're going to have to give a little bit of room going through 130R.
Hefford's alongside. He's even gained a bit on the straight. He's going to go through up the inside into 130R. He needs to cover the inside then for the Casio Triangle. Otherwise, Patrick Fliss is going to be up the inside again. Hefford late on the brakes. Is it too late? No, he
good.
Makes it the apex beautifully.
Yeah, good move there from Steve Hefford. He's worked his way forward in this race, up 3 places. And yeah, doing a great job. Someone coming out of the pits ahead, so I might catch up with them. We're on to the last lap of the race though. Oh, we lost Bibby. Or maybe that's just his connection.
Bibby's connection is appalling. He's turning up for a second or two, then he's disappearing again. Oh, contact between Lee Berridge and Max Wright. And there wasn't a lot of room given there either.
Have a look at that one back.
Still going, but
a lot of bashed up MX5s out there. It's definitely something the guys have to learn, I think, quite quickly is that...
Oh, right up the inside into turn 1. He's going to get that one done. That's a brilliant pass by Max Wright. If he can keep it. So another Max provides some great racing on Sunday. Wright is right on the money with this one.
Stay with this then, so we can see this overtake, because still on that replay, watching how they come together and the exit of final turn.
What do you make of that?
There we go, about to see it. It's a late move, isn't it? Yeah, and it looks like they had momentum and was catching up on the back of Murray. And yeah, good move in the end.
Very good moving to turn 1. Very, very good. And we're seeing massive momentum swings in this car, aren't we? It seems like one corner to the next it can change as Hefford and Fliss continue to battle. Hefford might have to cover the inside into Spoon Curve. Oh, he didn't do. But it's very, very tough to overtake. I can't remember the last move I saw in a dry race into Spoon. Here we go then.
Any one of these three, I think, could get this at this point. Holmes is still very, very close. Alex Cherney too far back. He's got by Anwar Smith now. But these three, depending on what happens, as Fliss goes to the outside, he's got the momentum. He's going to try and drive around the outside of 130R.
Holmes
Can't quite have the apex.
Holmes had a bit of grass. He might go for this, Brian Holmes. What's going to happen here?
I think he thought about it for a second.
Hefford round the outside into the final chicane. Fliss hits the curb hard. Hefford bounces across, and this is going to be very close to the line. It's going to be Patrick Fliss. It's going to take the first round of the season. Surely, as they come to the line, it's going to be Fliss, and then I think it's just going to be Hefford. And what a first race of the season! That was brilliant.
Yeah, all the way to the end. Absolutely fantastic. Jump back. Still some good battling going on there. McFarlane, Roberts, Hedgecock. They're all very, very close at the moment as well.
It's going to be Adam Hedgecock that's just going to get that if he stays to the right-hand side. Yes, he does.
We've got Berridge as well. Look at that. Berridge and Davis.
For Michael Barry at the chicane. I think he outbraked himself. Also off was Joe McDonald, number 75. Problems for those guys. It's just so hectic at the end. Oh, and Dan McCauley, Roy Ververke, Laura Bond. Laura Bond's got a great exit, and then she twitches at the exit of the chicane. Roy Ververke comes across and takes what is 27th place, because we did lose Lewis Bibby on the final lap. And possibly Robert Lundgren as well. Yes, it was. Oh, no, Lundgren's still going, but he lost a lot of time on the last lap. The last lap was a 39, so he's been in the wars somewhere. Who else is coming across? David Ayres in 32nd place. I think that might be it. Is there anybody else still going? Giles.
Yeah, where's
Giles has just finished.
Where's AD King? Adrian King, sorry.
Retired.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So not retired, one lap down.
Yeah.
Stephen Baxter. No, it is. It's Baxter who's not quite finished yet. Alex, just on the back straight. And that'll update the timing sheet for us once Mr. Baxter comes across. Don't really know what happened to him. But no, there was no reset available, so Stephen... I assume he must have had a spin, because he's not really got any damage, has he? A little bit on the front right corner.
He's been into the pits 3 times, apparently. So.
Oh, really? Here he comes then, over the line, Stephen Baxter. Going to take the 34th place, actually, because of the demise of Lewis Bibby. Reverse grid rules, are they the same?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we'll spin the wheel, and they'll have to be what we say.
I was about to say, are they expecting me to spin a wheel here?
I would imagine so. Patrick Fliss then takes.
This is the information we're after.
Yeah, they never give us the information. Give us the information, guys. Come on, sort it out. Patrick Fliss takes the win then by just 12 100ths of a second from Steve Hefford. Brian Holmes in third. He started on pole, but still a fantastic race from Holmes. Alex Cherney in fourth, and then Anwar Smith in 5th position. Very good finish from Smith. Jack McIntyre in 6th. Vlad Zajovski made a really, really good move through the field, actually, from 12th position on the grid. We finished 7th. Drees Nice started 35th and finished in 8th position, Alex. Crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That is brilliant. Stuart Atkinson finished 9th from 20th on the grid. Matthew Bacon 10th. Adam Hedgecock 11th. Ross McFarlane 12th. John Roberts in 13th. Lowell Murray made up 14 places to finish 28th. Max Wright 15th. 16th Nathan Davis. And Lee Deemer made up 24 places to 17th. Lee Berridge in 18th. And Daniel Hunt in 19th. Kip Stevens in 20th. Adam Broughton Grant in 21st. 22nd Nick McCarron 23rd. Thorstein Helgeson. David Waldock in 24th. 25th, Joe McDonald. 26th, Michael Barry. Roy Ververke in 27th. Daniel McCauley, 28th. Laura Bond in 29th. Adam McNally in 30th. 31st for Robert Lundgren. 32nd for David Ayres. Giles in 33rd. Stephen Baxter in 34th was the last car on the lead lap. And then Lewis Bibby was 35th. One lap down and I believe disconnected or disqualified. Adrian King in 36th, 1 lap down. I think he'll get the full if it comes round to him. Rafe Cullinan in 37th place. Cesare Rizzo in 38th, 39th for Neil Bamber. 40th, Gareth Hicklin. Mark King in 41st. Pete Newman 42nd. Alex Smolenski 43rd. 44th, Peter Van Gool. 45th, Jamie Ayres. 46th for Stephen Minton. And then Chris Daines in 47th. 48th for Ian King. 49th, Andrew Whitehead. 50th, Josh Thompson. 51st, Craig Jones. And Craig McLeod-Evans, it didn't look like he took the start.
No, I don't think he did in the end. But we have
That's a long grid.
Well done. This sport. Where's Adam when you need him? You know.
My face already hurts from all the commentary we've done at the weekend. So that just about takes the bacon, does that?
I'll have to use the Pro Series wheel, but we'll give that a little spin and see there. I don't have another wheel that was available to us, so this is the one. So let's.
But let's face it, they make up the rules as they go along, so we should as well.
So let's see where we go. It could be 26. It could be a full. It's gonna be close. Oh, it is a full.
It's a full, so it looks like Eddie King's going to be on pole position then. But he's got a lot of work to do. He's quite off the pace in the first race, so I'm hoping he can turn it around and provide us with a good race in race 2. So join us back after the break here on Apex Racing TV when the BSR Mazda MX5 Showdown continues.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's gonna be at the stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
back at Suzuka for round 2 of the evening here on Apex Racing TV, the BSR MX5 Showdown. And well, what a way to start the season, Alex. Brilliant stuff in the first round. First 3 cars finished within 0.2 of a second of each other.
Yep, from first lap to the last corner, really exciting stuff. Lots of battles going on. Couldn't cover it all, unfortunately. Just too much going on. Yeah, but 51 cars it was in the end, wasn't it? So, yeah, this looking good. 50 cars are out there for this one, so we lost somebody. Not sure who. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be good. Full reverse grid, and what did we work that out? It was about 38th or something like that, wasn't it? With the people who were less than...
I think it was Eddie King.
Yeah, less than 2 laps down. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting race here. So if you haven't seen any of the BSR stuff, that's how they do pretty much everything with reverse grid. So one of the drivers posted in the chat, it's a racing series, not a hot lapping competition. So those guys...
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. Those guys will be coming through from the back, so there'll be lots of battles in and around that mid pack, because you've got the sort of the slower drivers trying to hold on to their good positions, and then the faster drivers desperate to get through. It takes a little bit of getting used to racing like this as well. So as a first timer into the series, you know, people are going to struggle, and it takes a bit of a different driving mentality out there. So. And yeah, we've seen a few rage quits, haven't we, in the past after just 1 week? So let's hope we don't get it again.
I've already seen a couple after the first race. Who knows? Eddie King on pole, Lewis Bibby in second. I bet Bibby will be in the lead actually by turn 1, I would imagine. Stephen Baxter in third, Giles in fourth, Ayres in fifth, Lundgren sixth, 7th McNally, 8th Bond, 9th Macaulay, and 10th Roy Viverke. 20 seconds to go before the start. Here for round 2 of the evening. It'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Suzuka.
I never really noticed the scoring board on the left-hand side on the Suzuka. I wonder if that works. I know the one at Indianapolis does, so check that.
Oh.
Here we go then.
Green flag flies then for the second time tonight. Round 2 of the evening. King gets away well. Bibby alongside. And then it's Baxter and Giles into the first corner. King and Bibby getting very close to each other into turn 1. And Lewis Bibby goes through. King's up the inside. He's going to hit Bibby. Oh, good work by Lewis Bibby round the outside there. Excellent stuff. Eddie King fighting hard in turn 1. But yeah, difficult to hold it when the car's got momentum on the outside. He maintains second place. Kip Stevens is having a little bit of a fight in the middle of the pack as well. Going through the first sector then, it's Bibby from King, from Baxter, from Giles and Ayres.
Yeah, good first couple of corners. I'm having a little look further back just to see if everybody got through safely, and it looks as if they have.
Oh, King's off on the gravel. Oh! Get back on. Oh, just about. Slots back in very nicely. Look at the pack in the middle, around where Doss and Nick McCarran is. Actually, look at the gaggle in front and behind him. And from Cornwall. Oh no, Davies has been hit, and he's around in the middle of the hairpin. What happened to Nathan Davis there?
Oh, someone else off as well. Who was that? Got spat into the wall. I think that was our winner. Not quite our winner. Second place from last race. It was Steve Hefford trying to get through into the wall hard. Massive damage on that car. Well, that is what can happen with these reverse grid races.
And it did. Lewis Bibby has a fantastic advantage already. Thought it could happen starting on the front row. And Bibby, who's normally very good in these reverse grid races, had the misfortune of having a poor race in race 1 with a disconnection. Found himself on the front row. But I guess it was a disconnection on the last lap then, Alex. That's why he was allowed to start from the front.
Yeah, not a... I mean, it looked like he was going to get thrown for the whole race, didn't it, really? So.
thought he was going to get disqualified, to be honest, but...
Oh, who's that? We're having a right old ding-dong.
Oh, it's King, and 41 is Macaulay.
Oh, come on, Dan, you've got to slow down. What is he... Sorry, what is he doing there? You've got a car in front of you, you've got to stop, haven't you? Can't just keep the gas on. Caused absolute mayhem there. You know, that's absolutely, you know, nonsensical. Absolutely stupid. Oh,
he was on the... Well, he got bashed around by King, did Macaulay.
Oh, I appreciate he did, but once Macaulay was directly in front of him, got to get out of the gas.
I think it happened. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he just kept going, didn't he?
That's one of the rules, isn't it? Like with the whole, you know, with the quarter panels as well. You know, if somebody spins in front of you, you get away with it. You know, you're not penalised for it if you've shown that you've actually tried to stop and not, you know, carry on spinning them around.
Because he's just basically gone, I'm going to drive through.
He just wanted to drive through him, exactly.
I agree, by the way, that it's not his fault. I don't think it's his fault in the first place, but he shouldn't keep just driving through another car when it's driven into. I understand that, but got to try and give a little bit of space, or try and get yourself out of that situation. Now he's just taken 4 or 5 cars out of the race. All sorts of problems at the hairpin for Bees Nice, was it? It might have been Ross McFarlane actually. Had a little bit of a wiggle, and that's allowed 07 Daniel Hunt to get alongside in the Momo racing car, or at least what was. I don't know if what you're seeing there.
No, it's still Momo, yep. Get a bit used to this, but yeah, even in the overlay details that I've managed to watch together for this one with a minute to go.
Yeah, you've had to find all that though. McFarlane and Hunt side by side. And a couple of battling packs just in front.
Yeah, Dima and Cherney as well. Also, it was good to see Alex again at the expo. Caught me out a little bit. I was like, oh, which one is he? I was like, Tobias? Alex? Which one? Like,
They do look very similar. It was like in 2016.
Well, they are twins.
It was like in 2016 when I was sat right next to him for an hour and I didn't realise it was him. That was Tobias, that was.
Yeah.
But that's what happens in sim racing. You could go to a room full of these people and you wouldn't have a clue.
No, you really wouldn't.
You might know a few people. I recognised a few people, but I'll be damned if I remembered everybody's names.
And while Smith trying to work his way through. Not really sure what's going on with trading paints, because it's
doing all sorts of things, isn't it?
Oh, it's really messing with the paints, like, because Thompson's driving an Apex car again now, where he weren't the last race. So, yeah,
I see a Rothman's car now in the middle of things.
Yeah, it's just all
That's
being a bit...
Alex Smolensky. Oh, who's smoking his cigarettes, and he's disqualified.
Smith off, that's down as well, both of them. That's that 11 instant count. You got. This is why you got to give room. You know, you got to be ready when you go from these moves. You got to be committed.
I've heard that the Mazda is quite durable, but it does get a lot of 4Xs, doesn't it? I think it gets. Do you know what I mean? It picks up the 4Xs, doesn't
it? Big coming together as well through Degner 1. Cars coming back onto the circuit.
Oh, it's David Ayres.
Couple of disqualifications. Waldock got disqualified.
Yeah, David Ayres was one of them.
Yeah, he's a bit patient. Oh, he's not patient coming back on.
Oh no!
Did he get hit there?
So, still in the gravel at Degner.
I was just thinking, did he get hit trying to come back on? But yeah,
didn't see it. I'm afraid
they were 3 wide into Degner 1, and you know that doesn't work. So
bad, stupid. That's the kind of stubbornness that you get, I think, sometimes. Because of all corners on the track, mate, that's probably the one where you can't do that.
Oh, he didn't get hit, but he did manage to spin the car around out the way.
Lee Berridge going along well in 10th place. He's got Trees Nice. I think that is behind him, is it?
No, it's Cherney actually, just going well side by side now.
And he's done well on this lap then. He's made 7 positions.
Yeah, flown forward actually, up to 9th place. It's a gain of 16 places overall in this race, so probably our highest mover at the moment.
Very quick. Oh, Stevens and Dan Hunt. And Journey's up the inside. Oh, it's not Stevens, it's Barry. He's in a Pro Sim car as well. That's the same as Stevens' car, I think.
Yeah, much better run for
Hunt
Alex
again.
out of there.
Hunt going to the outside into turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Flick the car in. Alex Cherney's going to maintain the inside line. He's going to take 7th place.
Yeah, 2 more places. 6.4 seconds up the road now. So he's going to struggle, I think, to move further forward. But I know Hunt's not going to give this battle up, so we focus a little bit more on what's going on behind him. A good little battle. Barry side by side with Dries. Oh, and Dries is, yep. Race over.
Into the barrier. Didn't really give it a lot of space, but Barry should have maybe just thought better of that, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta learn when to back off of a losing position, really. So
I think a lot of drivers we've seen in the BSRTC, Alex, as well, is they get focused on having to win every single one-on-one battle.
yeah.
And they don't look at the big picture at all.
But that's what it's about. I mean, the prime example, and I don't think Dave Baker would mind me saying this. He has moved on a lot in like the touring car, you know, in the Kia. It's very, very quick now. Dima disconnected, I think, or a disqualification as well.
It's always quick was Dave, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but he is a big picture kind of driver. Yeah, he's not as fast as Sutton. He's not as fast as Watch and people like that. But yeah, am I right? For the last 2. No, certainly this season he's won the long championship because he's constantly putting in those good results, and that's what wins championships. So,
well, it showed in the season of season 7. He won the title. He only took 1 race victory.
Yeah. You don't have to win every race with the point systems that we sort of have in these series. You know, it rewards finishing more than it does, you know, gaining an extra place or 2.
But this is why I get
still
really.
Got a race. Don't get me wrong. You still got a race. You still got to try and get these points, but you just got to think, you know, what's the chances I'm going to end up in a barrier?
I think you're going to perfectly agree with me on this statement because it's the same drivers week in, week out, and we know who it is. Quite a lot of them who would rather crash out battling for 34th and 35th place because they just simply cannot let a position go.
Yeah.
Then,
3 wide, further back.
You know what I mean? Then finish the race.
Yeah.
And you know we've seen a team this week sack its drivers for big picture driving, for scoring points.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely stupid, in my opinion, in a series where finishing the race is scoring points and not necessarily battling with every car makes a difference.
And Berridge as well. Let's see what this was about.
Sorry, I had to finish that.
No, it's fine.
If you battle with every car in this championship, you probably won't get very far.
Yeah, and that's the difference with this series. It's not like any other series, is it? Where you're just a mistake from Berridge on his own, and unfortunately took Barry with him.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, you saying?
Yeah, so it's just such a different kind of racing because we do have all these reverse grids and things like that. You know, you're not racing against people you would normally be racing with, so you've got to always remember that. There's always the closing speeds are a lot higher and things like that. Like race 1s are always very, very good because it's done on qualifying and the packs tend to spread out a little bit when we have some good battling and things like that. But yeah, as soon as we start reversing that grid, you know, we reverse 38 cars. You know, it becomes totally different kind of driving, and yeah. Okay.
I was talking to Pete Berryman when we were in Germany. There's a good move by Patrick Fleece, the inside of McIntyre, and he was saying in the Renault when he was starting, the slower drivers were, 2-3 seconds a lap slower, and kind of it was difficult to race around them. And I said to him, well, you've got to think of it the other way, in that if you know that they're slower, you've got to adjust your driving. And I think the fast guys, a lot of the fast guys say in that series, did not do that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, actually.
And I said that to Pete. I said, well, you know, you could have.
That's the
won
series,
the championship.
Yeah, that's the series that you're in. You know, could have won that as well. So the aftermath of what was last week's Renault series as well was kind of pathetic, if I do say so myself. You know, the driver who won that, rightfully won that. He was the only driver that was, you know, that was quick, and committed, and drove
every race.
Yeah, and drove with, you know, winning the championship in mind. You know, he did what he needed to do. You know, he didn't need to win every race, crash out on a couple and miss a few, and you know.
Yeah, and I understand, you know, you miss races every now and again, but yeah, that series ended about as typically for that series as you can imagine, really, with bad blood, fortunately, and that's why we won't be doing that again.
But as Fliss comes on Cherney was having this battle with Hunt, and all of a sudden there's 4 cars involved in it now. We're on to the final lap of the race.
McIntyre said, hello, I'm still here as well, in 10th position, and Fliss is getting 27 places, Cherney 25 and McIntyre 21, so really flying through the field. Josh Thompson's getting 30 places in 19th place. He's going very well. He's one of those drivers who often crashes into everything that moves, but this time he's doing the moving. 30 cars past, and possibly some more before the end. That's if he doesn't throw it in the trees.
Going on the offensive here as well against Baxter. Baxter having to defend.
Here comes Baby Alex. He's into the final chicane.
Oh, it's good round the outside. He's going to hold on. No, he's not. Here's Bibby.
That would have been a bit cheeky. The 130R going all the way out there, but Lewis Bibby comes through, and he was helped out by the reverse grid, started second, but he's taken a dominant victory here in round 2 of the evening here at Suzuka. Stephen Baxter in second, Adam McNally in third position, very close between Viverke and Giles. Who's going to get that one? Oh, I tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's got that. My timing screen's going nuts, so... Oh, look at that behind as well.
That's the battle that we were talking about. Fliss.
Oh, Davis
disqualified
on the final lap, coming out of the Casio Triangle.
And that's an example exactly of what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Holmes and Cullinan, Rafe Cullinan, very close together.
Go on, let's take it back and have a look at that.
We have to, don't we? I think. Where was it? Where was he lying?
Well, unfortunately, I can see the two.
I
can see the 2 drivers that are involved right here. Yeah.
Oh, can I guess? What do I need to guess?
There's not great blood between those 2, is there? So.
Who was the other one?
You can guess.
Oh, I can't guess because I actually don't know.
It's Josh as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, so he'd obviously made a mistake. Wait a minute.
No, it was just sticking his nose in on the final corner, unfortunately.
On Davis?
On Davis, yeah.
Oh, did Davis finish the race then? Nope. No. Oh, right, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't realise that, sorry. Okay. I thought Davis, it was saying he was showing 30th, but he'd already dropped all the way down the order. Yeah, there we go. I thought, oh, he's nowhere near Thompson. Yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. In the end, I mean, they took each other. Davis took Thompson out deliberately in one of the races, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
2 weeks ago.
I think, and that's the other thing, you know, when you're racing against people who you know are aggressive and are going to throw their nose up the inside, like Josh, you've got to be ready for it and leave a bit of room.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
Especially when you're 1-4x away from a DNF. I mean, it's not great that you have to drive like that. You shouldn't have to. But again, it's that big picture stuff.
There's a limit, though, isn't there? You've only done 6 laps of Suzuka. If you're getting 11 incidents, I'll be honest, there's something really wrong with you, the way you're driving the race, I think. Lewis Bibby takes the win, though. Nothing wrong with how he drove the race. 5.4 seconds over Stephen Baxter. Adam McNally in 3rd. Roy Viverke 4th. Giles in 5th. Laura Bond 6th. Patrick Fliss in 7th. 8th for Daniel Hunt. 9th Alex Cherney. And 10th Jack McIntyre. 11th place for Nick McCarron. 12th for Rizzo. McFarlane in 13th. Neil Bamber in 14th. Adam Broughton-Grant in 15th. Josh Thompson did finish 16th despite his altercation with Davis. Lon Murray in 17th. Another Good race from him. John Roberts in 18th, 19th for Peter Van Gool, who gained 25 spots. Good to see Peter back in the BSR series. Brian Holmes in 20th. Rafe Cullen in 21st. 22nd for Max Wright, that's where he started. Kip Stevens in 23rd. Thorstein Helgeson 24th. 25th for Mark King. Made it a lot further this time. Adam Hedgecock 26th, where he started. Gareth Hickling 27th. Andrew Whitehead in 28th. Excuse me. He'll be delighted with that. 20 places gained. Stuart Atkinson 29th. 30th for Chris Daines. Craig Jones in 31st. David Ayres 32nd. He was the last car on the lead lap. Nathan Davis, of course, disqualified. Vlad Zaranchowski, I'm not sure what happened to him at all. He was 34th. 35th for Lee Berridge. Michael Barry 36th. 37th Matthew Bacon. Stephen Minton in 38th. 39th for Dries Nice. Lee Deemer in 40th. 41st Pete Newman. 42nd Dave Waldock. Joe McDonald 43rd. Then Anwar Smith 44th. 45th Alexander Smolensky. 46th Jamie Ayres. Daniel McCauley 47th place. Eddie King 48th. 49th Robert Lundgren. And 50th was Steve Hefford, the man who finished second in race 1.
Yeah, crazy. It's worth pointing out as well for anybody watching thinking, oh God, this is scrappy, there's some of this going on as well. There is a protest form that the drivers can fill in and submit as well at the meeting. So all of the incidents will get looked at post-race or post-meeting. Penalty points are applied, disqualifications are handed out. Sometimes you have grid sort of penalties and pit lane starts and things like that. So all of these incidents that you are seeing that you think, oh my God, what's going on, they won't go unpunished as well. So yeah, there'll be a lot of finger pointing in the Facebook group, as there always is. And but yeah, the protests and the admin sort of try and get on top of that as well.
The memes will be flying around.
Well, yeah.
At the end of this, like the cars. Right then.
To the wheel.
Wheel indeed.
Where are we going to end up again? It could be another fall, you know. I don't think it's going to get to 36. It's going to be about the same sort of position anyway, I think. And it is another fall. Where are we with who was one lap down?
Up down is it would be Vlad Zaranchowski, I think, but he didn't finish the race either. I think he was disqualified, was he?
I'm not sure.
Have a look. I think he was disqualified as well.
Right.
So
Nathan was disqualified. So who we got just above?
Probably David Ayres.
David Ayres. Okay.
But we will see. We will have to find out, of course, from the league admins just before the race. All right. 2 more races to go then tonight, we think. We haven't officially been told. This is how much they keep us in the loop. But we'll be back for a 3rd race, definitely, here on Apex Racing TV in just a few minutes' time.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
there for Holtzman. Closes in. Enough to make a move at the moment. You hear the little bleep. There's the little bleep that tells the time to hit that button and open that rear wing flap.
I'll tell you someone who's praying that there's a collision between these two. Marcel Kiefer.
Yeah, can you imagine?
That would be a straight ticket to Abu Dhabi. If Marcel somehow managed to
I'd
win
buy
this
it
race.
myself. Even if he didn't get through in points, that is not a legally binding statement.
You're going to regret that.
Just like to clarify. That 4 on 13. Here's the battle for the lead. Freddie Rasmussen against Patrick Holtzman. Holtzman, the class of the field, he was the quickest in the online qualifying.
He has the chance now. I think.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV, round 3 of the evening from the Suzuka circuit in Japan, in the BSR MX5 Showdown. Andrew Woodhouse alongside iRacing Blancpain World Championship driver Alex Simpson, and Alex feels a bit weird just saying that, and not full championship driver in the McLaren, but how does that feel? That mustn't feel that great.
I'll be back. I'm doing the Pro Series, I'll be back.
Come on, he'll be back. And go. And do it now, come on. And,
you get me every time
now.
with them.
And yeah, you can tell that it's our it's kind of our off season here on Tuesday nights.
Did you do that really rubbish advert with the head of him running around in that
I've seen that, yeah.
model car? That was you who did the voices, wasn't
I
it?
remember, well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I wish I had as good a voice as Davide Valsecchi. I'd be in the money. Vlad Zajanchovski then, he's on pole position. The red lights are going to come on any second now. Green light is on. It's a little bit of a slow start from the front row, but he gets away ahead of Nathan Davis. But Davis is pulling alongside. Into the first corner comes the Welsh driver up the inside. And Nathan Davis going through and takes the place off Vladislav Zajanchovski.
Yeah, good start, I think. Looking further back, make sure everyone gets through the exit of turn 1 and 2. It's always where it tends to sort of spill out. But it looks pretty good. Everyone's just taking it back a little bit. Oh no, I spoke too soon.
What's occurring?
Three cars off and into the barrier a bit further back. So Dima, Minton and McDonald, I'm afraid.
Holmes having a good battle with Wright and Van Gool in the middle of the pack. That is for about 15th place. And yeah, most of the drivers are still running. Thank goodness. After the first lap, we have seen some monumental.
What's going on with Jones?
And also Brian Holmes went into the back of Kip Stevens as well. Oh, they're 6 wide.
Oh fuck.
There was 6 wide coming out of Degner 2 nearly. Goodness me. They've all survived somehow. I'm really not sure how, Alex. Did you see that?
I didn't. I was too busy finding what went on with. Why am I on Jones?
Well, you'll see it in the aftermath of that. If you stay with it, you'll see them all coming out of Degner 2. Absolutely. There might not have been 6 of them, but it was at least 4 or 5.
Yeah. So just. Oh yeah. I can see it. Oh, jeez. That's crazy.
How did they get away with that? Absolutely no idea. Unbelievable stuff. It's brand new series to Apex Racing TV. Of course, we've covered the BSR MX5 Cup before. We've covered the Winter Series in the BSR TC, which was running this very car. But yeah, the BSR MX5 Showdown just running for the length of the BSR TC Showdown. So 7 or 8 weeks of action here. Starting off at the Suzuka circuit and finishing at Daytona Road in. Well, it'll probably it'll be the last week of November or the first week in December, I would imagine, Alex.
Yeah.
It'll be around that time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be. It's a bit later, isn't it, this year than it has been previously. So just obviously got started a bit late. I don't know if that was something to do with the Renault kicking off beforehand.
Now, it was kicking off in every single way, wasn't it? Daniel Hunt having a look on number 10. That is Alex Cherney, and Cherney's just behind, just ahead of Patrick Fleece. And then the 3 wide in turn 2. Oh, Fleece looks like he almost went into Cherney. He did well to avoid him. He just bounced across the curb slightly. And, Fleece is trying around the outside. And Cherney's got pushed onto the marbles a little bit. I can hear some contact in front. I wonder what that is. I heard it, but I couldn't see it. I don't think anybody's crashed. I think it's just a hit.
It's right. I saw someone drop down and then just reappear, so that was just a connection issue. But it's just ridiculously close. Don't know where to look. Hedgecock right now, 7th place with Peter Van Gool. They're battling it out.
Oh, off.
Van Gool
he goes
wide.
Van Gool.
Through Degner 2 gets back on, and I think we've got a little overtake going on behind that. Is that Holmes coming past Mark King? Is indeed.
That's just behind. Then you've got Max Wright having a look on. Oh, that is on King, isn't it? So King's lost the place to Holmes. Then Holmes is now having a look. Well, trying to pursue Peter Van Gool and Adam Hedgecock. Stevens just behind, alongside Daniel Hunt. Stevens, who won the Winter Series in this very car last year.
I sense he's going to have to go some to win it in this particular series. There's some really good drivers out there, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of quick people, but in depth as well. You know, there was always big grids in the Winter Series, but this is pretty massive.
Yeah, 50 cars. Still 50 cars for this round. Only lost one of them so far. That's Lee Deemer. And we have had someone in the pits. We've had Craig Jones in the pits and David Ayres in there as well. And Jamie Ayres has just left the pits. No relation, different spelling.
Look at Davis and his Rothman leading the way at half a second. Rafe Cullinan dropping down the order. Problems for Rafe.
Got to say, it doesn't matter what car that's on. That's a great livery, Alex. It's a classic.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
A beautiful looking car. And still my favourite F1 car possibly was the 1996 Williams. Damon Hill, that's when I first started really watching F1. Watching every single race religiously. And yeah, it was there before with Prost and with Mansell. That was Camel, wasn't it? And not Rothman's. Other cigarette brands are available. You shouldn't smoke anyway. You're an idiot if you do, to be honest. As that's probably half the viewership gone. As in one fell swoop, just like the cigarette advertising. And but yeah, fantastic stuff. Great looking car, and Nathan Davis putting it to good use. He didn't have a very good first race. He got hit off at the hairpin, and then he had a crash with his old buddy Josh.
So yeah, Fliss is running one of these helmets that make you look like you've got eyes on it at the top, isn't he? It's in the mirror. Always
oh, that's
always
great.
Funny.
Patrick Fliss, though, he's very, very quick. His eyes will be firmly focused in front of him, and that is on Rizzo. Is he going to think about going up the inside here? No, he doesn't. I can hear some contact at the hairpin. That was, imagine that was Stevens and McIntyre. And a little bit of a head-to-head. Oh, and McIntyre just cuts in front of Stevens. Look at that. Very, very close.
I wasn't quite. I was just looking at different battles, you know.
There's all sorts going on,
yeah,
man. I don't blame
where
you
we are. Dries Niest as well, just coming through, and that's past McFarlane. Also, Peter Van Gool having a battle on the back straight as well. Look at that livery. I'm not sure it's Van Gool's, but the
I've got all the paints. To be fair, mate.
The black and gold looks like a John Player special kind of thing.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh.
In 130R, Van Gool off, and then a separate crash.
Rizzo out as well. Oh, people coming back on in the traffic as well.
It's McIntyre. Oh, was it McIntyre? No. I can't find the car that was the one that crashed. It was Chris Danes was the other car that spun. They were separate incidents, I think, Alex.
Chris
They
is
were
still out
completely
there.
separate incidents. I think Van Gool and Danes lost it on their own. see if Van Gool maybe got some contact from behind or something, but
A bit further, just to catch that, we missed a little bit there. But they were battling pretty hard going into 130R, weren't they? So changed. They were totally separate incidents, you know, completely separate. Just everybody lost it going through there. It's almost like all of a sudden there was oil on the circuit, you know?
Yeah. If that is a thing, you never know.
Yeah, well, it's not, unfortunately, but it would be awesome if it was.
I've been told once or twice you've got a water leak, but I wonder if that was just after smashing the car up more than anything else. Who's going along fairly well lower down the field? Steve Hefford is always one to watch in this MX5. He's made up 22 places from his 49th place on the grid starting spot. And yeah, he's done a pretty good job so far, Hefford. He's got a big gaggle of cars in front of him that he might be able to sink his teeth into shortly. Oh, Patrick Fliss has got all sorts of damage, Alex. I'm not sure what's happened, but he is in real trouble.
Yeah, and Max Wright was just moving up a place as well. Let's have a look at Fliss. You're right, massive damage on the rear of the car. So, big hit, I think he's had there.
Oh, it's all crumpled in the middle, completely bent, and it wouldn't surprise me if his rear suspension's taken a hit as well.
Oh, Danes is in and around as well. Spoon curve. Who was he just getting past? I think that was Dries Nice and McFarlane.
Good move by Danes.
Yeah, it was good.
He's making up for lost time after that spin at 130R, which he's coming up to now. What would be the reason to spin at 130R, Alex? Do you reckon just maybe overheated the previous corner?
Yeah, well, just one thing I noticed with driving the car. I mean, I have to say I've had limited time in this car.
Oh no! On the inside goes Trees Nice, car number 1. Oh, it's very good. Oh, it was good. Danes is off nice in the gravel.
And he's just parked it, whoever that is there. Needs to get some. Is that disqualification? I think.
Might have been disqualification for Dries.
It's back to big picture, isn't it? When you're battling someone that hard and you can't afford a 4X, you know, do you actually go nuts for it or not? You know.
3 wide. They were 3 wide momentarily behind Fliss, Berridge, and McCarron, and just behind them Stevens, Hefford, and Baxter.
Close up front again. 7/10 per second covering the top 3 cars, and it looks like Atkinson is ready to try and put a little bit of pressure on Davis with 2 laps to go here.
This reminds me of that race that you did in the Apex Racing League F1 Championship, where it was just, you know, the 3 cars, nobody's made a move, all very evenly matched, nothing really any one person can do.
Yeah, exactly.
This very track.
I love that race around, and you know, like you said, it's around this track.
The only problem is it's so long ago now. We're too old and senile to remember whether you actually won the race or not. I think you finished second, didn't you?
I think I did finish second. I don't think I won. But you're right. I can't remember. Years ago.
Davis ahead of Atkinson, ahead of Vlad Zajanchovski. I've probably butchered his name, so I do apologise, but looks like Zion Tchaikovsky. Sorry, that's probably better. You're probably glad I had that one, mate, to be fair, instead. But Brian Holmes in P4, he's made his way up from 15th. Dan Hunt made his way up from 27th. There's some big moves out there.
Oh God, look at this battle from sort of 5th place back.
Oh my.
That's a great little pack.
Yeah. Oh, 3 cars at the front, right side by side with Whitehead. Oh no, someone's going for the middle. Who's that? Dan Hunt, of course.
Dan, he doesn't mind, does he, going for the middle?
Whitehead's just like, no, not having any of that.
Big picture drive in there.
But Whitehead's just taking a place off Max Wright because of it. They're all sorts of. Oh God, they're all over each other into the.
I guess a little pump from behind. And another one.
Maybe hits Whitehead.
There'll be 0 X's, I think.
Well, you would hope so.
But yeah, great little battle.
Battle for the lead.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Atkinson.
P2.
Atkinson up the inside, off a second, yep. Vlad having a look there. Atkinson staying in second place in the boosted car. And number 49, Nathan Davis. Who, he's frustrating as hell, isn't he, Davis, Alex, because he's a very fast driver. He just gets involved in all sorts, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And you're right, he is very, very quick. And got to harness that potential, isn't he?
The F1 esports event going on today as well. And
that was the last of the heat races to finish, and drama's there as well, wasn't there? Apparently the cars were set to realistic and not equal in the first qualifying heat, so there's always some sort of drama with big esport events in sim racing. They haven't quite figured out to get them right. At Vegas it was the fan boost, and yeah, now it was the settings of the car, so some people were naturally 3 seconds a lap slower just because of the cars they were driving.
to be fair, with something like that, you should just rerun it, shouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Just rerun it and eliminate all the doubt and all the drama.
I think the biggest problem they've got is it's all televised, it's all live on Sky and things like that, and they've got a timing window to do it.
The cracking setup that they've got.
Oh yeah, it was the same in Vegas as well. So it wasn't like they could rerun it, you know, when there was a problem getting cars on the grid, so the race was cut down by a few laps. So yeah, these are the trials you have with these big events.
But you know, it's teething problems with sim racing, isn't it?
Oh, it'll come. Yeah, it'll come. It's good to see Codemasters getting involved in it and adding to their game. You know, think, oh my God, in the
inside
final corner. Well, I'm not really sure that was.
Zayanchovsky, he tried to get through. Davies, he covered the line beautifully well. And Stuart Atkinson, he's right on his tail, but it's going to be Nathan Davis. Brilliant race.
1 minute we're talking about, you know, and then it's just like, he's just like, oh.
Well, he went for it, did Vlad.
Yeah, I was about to say.
At least you've got to go for it on the final corner.
We're not on iRacing Live, so I'll say it. He was just like, fuck it, I'm going for it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, indeed, he was. Yeah, and well, might as well sort it. He was the one who was fucked in the end, wasn't he? Unfortunately, lost the place, and oh, that's cathartic, is that? That's swearing on air is cathartic. It's I'll tell you what, after a long week at work, that is extremely nice and yeah, relaxing to do. Yeah, it wasn't very relaxing for Davis. Should we go back and have a look at the move?
Yeah, let's do it, because I tell you, he would have been like,
it was
what?
It was a good effort, I have to say.
I mean, he almost got the car stopped, in fairness, so you know, you gotta look at it on that point.
It wasn't that bad. I think 58 ended up going. Brian Holmes ended up having a spin, I think, at the end there. So oh, he was from a long way back, but Davis was coasting it into the chicane, wasn't he?
I mean, he did have to lean on Davis to get the car stopped, in fairness. So, oh, and poor who was it who spun as well on the exit? It's right there with it.
Nathan just goes, yep, bang. Holmes it was who spun. I don't know, did he? Oh wow, that's a weird spin.
Have a look, see the aftermath of Holmes. Where did he end up finishing after that? Did he lose any more places?
He's fourth, so he didn't lose anything. But it was a good. Yeah, do you see what I mean?
Quickly, didn't he? Yeah.
You see what I mean, though? Davies was kind of dawdling into the last corner, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, but I did really steam in there, though.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying he gave him the chance to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sort of saw it, did Vlad, and went, well, he's not really braking very late. He's not really being aggressive. And Vlad thought, well, I'm going to be aggressive and see what happens.
Last lap, go for it. Right, let's, yeah.
Good finish.
It was a good finish.
Enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the entire night so far. It's been really, really good. Nathan Davis takes the win then from Stuart Atkinson by just a tenth of a second. Vlad Zayanchovsky in third. Brian Holmes in fourth. Fifth for Dan Hunt. Sixth was Max Wright. Seventh, Jack McIntyre. Eighth, Andrew Whitehead. Ninth, Josh Thompson. And 10th, Lewis Bibby. Good Race from Bibby made up 24 spots. Adam Hedgecock in 11th place, with Ross McFarlane in 12th, 13th for Lorne Murray, 14th for Chris Daines, 15th John Roberts, 16th Patrick Fliss, can't read now. Adam McNally 17th, Mark King 18th, 19th Nick McCarron, 20th Stephen Baxter, 21st Matthew Bacon, 22nd David Waldock, Roy Viverke in 23rd, 24th Kip Stevens, Adam Broughton Grant in 25th, Alex Smolensky in 27th, Dan McCauley in 26th for Smolensky, 27th for McCauley, 28th for Joe McDonald, 29th Laura Bond, Robert Lundgren in 30th place, Peter Van Gould 31st, Jamie Ayres in 32nd place, and the cars 1 lap down or more. Alex Cherney 1 lap down, Lee Berridge likewise, Giles, Hefford and A.D. King. Then the retirement, Streets Nice, Craig McLeod Evans, Cesare Rizzo, Thorstein Helgeson, Neil Bamber, Anwar Smith, Gareth Hicklin, David Ayres, Rafe Cullinan, Michael Barry, Craig Jones, Stephen Minton, and Lee Deemer, as Alex pointed out, was the first man out. Oh. That was an eventful one.
Well, I have to say, we've had 3 good races so far. Not going to knock it.
Never fails to disappoint us, the Mazda MX-5, it seems. And yeah, Alex, if you can spin the wheel, is it going to be another full? Who knows? Will be.
Final time. Let's have a full just for the hell of it. Honestly, guys, it is programmed for the newcomers to go on and finish on different positions. Oh no! No! It's another full.
Another full?
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out who actually made it to the end then. Alex Cherney didn't. Neither did Berridge. I'm not even sure. So I think we'll leave it to the league admins. I think everybody who was 1 lap down possibly retired from the race. So it might be Jamie Ayres in 32nd place. But we will see for sure when we come back for race 4 here on Apex Racing TV as the iRacing BSR MX5 Showdown continues.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
on the outside, contact made, 56 slides in at a 4, who's going to be into stripe, dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back everyone to Suzuka for the final time tonight. It's the BSR MX5 Showdown. We're going to throw down in the showdown, as we are going to do on Thursday night when the BSR TC returns to Apex Racing TV, and that will be the first round of the showdown. Alex, we've had a good night's racing tonight, but just want to draw your attention towards the touring cars on Thursday. Regular season completed, 7 more meetings to go. How do you see that one going?
Who knows, really? Points have obviously been reset a little bit now. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. We'll see who drives a little bit differently in the showdown, just trying to make sure they maximise all of the points available, and those that are just going to try and tear it up and get to the front. Also, team championships going on, lots of rivalries out there. It's going to be good. I think it's going to be tough for us to keep up with what's going on as far as the points go. You know, keep an eye on all the relevant separate battles. So, Pro and NAM, you know, it's both championships look really, really fiercely competitive this year.
Yeah, I think you're right, and a lot of drivers with some points to prove, and maybe some surprises along the way. That all starts Thursday evening at 8 o'clock here on Apex Racing TV. But for now, it's the 4th round of the evening of the MX5 Showdown, and AD King is on pole here. Can he stay in the lead longer than he did in race 1? I'm not sure, because Steve Hefford has had a fantastic race meeting tonight, and he starts alongside. Giles is in 3rd, with Berridge in 4th, Cherney 5th, Ayres, Van Gool, Lundgren, Bond, McDonald make up the top 10. And looking down the order, and the guys who are at the front in the last race, Nathan Davis starts from 37th place. It's going to be a tall order, Alex, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I don't see why he can't certainly move forward from this one.
I think he, yeah, definitely can. We've seen the fast drivers really make their way through the field well. And we'll see. They'll be hoping that that continues here too. The red lights are going to come on any second now then. And 2 seconds. The 4th round of the evening is going to be underway. Here we go. Red lights are on. Green light is on. Good start by Hefford. Trying to draw alongside AD King, who's trying to cover the inside line. But Hefford already has the run, and he already has the position. Through into the lead, and also trying to dive up the inside is number 50. Number 93. That is Giles. Giles gets sideways. Can he save it? Oh, he goes into Alex Cherney, who manages to avoid the collision. And oh, they've not avoided it now. Here we go. 3 of them. Oh, they're all sideways and off. Are they going to come back on? Going to come back onto the circuit?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are. Berridge into the middle of the circuit, and absolute carnage behind.
Yeah, there was something on the literally on the main
off.
straight as well going off, so not a great start to this one. We're going to lose a lot, I think, here, but yeah.
Daniel Hunt out. We've lost Rizzo, McNally, Berridge. Adam Hedgecock's got severe damage on the back of his boosted motorsports car. Rafe Cullinan's got some damage as well, as has Cherney, but I think Cherney's was mostly a spin. I think Cherney's was only a spin. Lee Deemer is in trouble as well out there, and also Ross McFarlane not looking too hot.
King dropping down the order as well, so I'm assuming that's him done.
Yeah, Mark King, a lot of damage. AD King might be out of the race. Hefford leading the way. He's threatened to do this, Steve Hefford. He's threatened to run away with the race tonight.
Yeah, he had a good... It was quick early on tonight, wasn't he?
Where are the rest of them?
Second in the first race. Yeah.
He's about 5 seconds clear, Alex.
3.6 actually from his teammate as well. So yeah, Peter Van Gool 1.4 seconds clear as well, and then they start to battle.
It looks like more than that actually on the screen, but yeah, Steve Hefford, what a dream first lap. He's done a Vettel from 2011 and 2013. Takes a lot of curb in the Casio triangle there, though that will have unsettled the car. Might have lost him a 10th or two, but goes on to lap 2, putting together one of the best laps we've seen ever in BSR history, as Steve Hefford then leading by 2.8. So Jamie Ayres actually made up a fair bit of time in the second half of that lap, Alex, and look at that pack behind them.
Yeah, crazy. Even with all the carnage that we had at the start, we've still got this humongous pack there. So
Kip Stevens is in there, and also just behind him is Chris Danes and Jack McIntyre going at it. Number 49, McIntyre, and number 17, Danes.
Holmes and Whitehead too, which we've seen on screen. Smith is there as well. He's got Josh Thompson behind him. Oh, someone's around at the front as well. It's McDonald and Giles.
Oh, they must have hit each other, surely. Yeah, it's through Dunlop Curve. Bang! There we go. And well, that wasn't the finest bit of driving I've ever seen.
Back on a replay, see how it happened.
Oh, Giles very smartly gets that 3-point turn done.
Again, just no awareness there, if I'm honest, of where people are. You know, it was clearly alongside. You can't turn in.
Yeah, you can't just turn in and say I'm having the corner.
A few more people as well. Danes and Murray. I'm going to stay with this replay. It looks like Laura Bond was also involved in that collision as well. She was collected with it. So, but let's see what happens with Danes and Murray here. Heading in towards Degner 1. Seems like no issues through there. Degner 2. You can just see the packs all checking up behind as well. Oh, here we go. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
Right there.
And around. Oh, I love the way you can see the. You can see he put the pedal to the metal, and obviously he will spin the tyres. But yeah, actually the wheel spin marks come morphed through the track. Oh, who was that on the side? Is that Laura? It's literally like rolled over.
I think it was.
I'm still on replay. I just haven't been able to catch up. There's been so much going on. But
would you imagine that's lag or something, isn't it?
I don't know. But yeah, the skid marks came through the track up onto the 130R corner. I was like, something a bit wrong there.
No, Laura's still going. Actually, I'm not entirely sure where she is. We'll have a little look at that when.
Well, she's at 20th right now. They're side by side, Baxter and Ververke, going into turn 1, and then there's this gaggle behind.
Yeah, it wasn't Laura, but there could have been a car on the side that we didn't see. Ververke goes wide and loses a place to Patrick Fields and to Adam Broughton Grant.
Yeah, so this around sort of Anwar and Dave Waldock and Nathan Davis, that's where it's getting really, really tasty right now as well. Sort of 14th place and that gaggle.
Thompson's just taken Helgeson. That's for 17th. Thompson looks quick out there in the MX5. He's going to try and take Andrew Whitehead. Oh, he needs to be careful.
Yeah.
The thing is, Josh is quick enough to get into the top 10. He just needs to pick his spots here.
Yeah, one place between him and...
Although, how many times have we said that this year? As somebody has a look up the inside of Degner, that's Kip Stevens. No, it wasn't Kip Stevens, it was the other Rothmans liveried car of...
Helgeson,
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a fair bit of front damage on that, so I'm wondering if it's a bit slow in a straight line. He tries to look around the outside of the hairpin.
Helgeson has a look up the inside.
Whitehead picks the right line there. You have to think if he can get past Davis up the road, as much as we don't want to see them, get together.
Oh, we do really,
and really, carry on with this hatred of each other. We do.
Oh yeah, of course we do.
We want to see it play out, see what happens.
I want to see the memes flying. I want to see the. Oh, there's a crash
in the background. That's Bond. Definitely involved this time.
Vlad's involved, and Tchaikovsky.
Hitchcock as well.
What happened to Vlad? Oh, Vlad hit Laura's car. Laura was off the track. Vlad went wide into Spoon, went off the track, understeered off, and hit Laura. It's a bit of a messy one, that. There's someone else off on the inside. I didn't see who that was. Max Wright having a look on Daniel McCauley into the Casio Triangle. 32 is Dave Waldock, who's having to take to the curb and possibly slightly the grass as well. His pursuit of Max Wright, trying to get through. Inside is the Youth Energy car of Anwar Smith. Smith is past
Thompson's got no straight line speed
It's past
whatsoever.
David Waldock.
So we're not going to see him get towards Davis.
Don't know, Davis.
Where is Waldock?
He's been making a lot of progress himself, to be fair, mate.
No, got a bit of damage there, hasn't he? So
Whole left-hand side of Davis's car is caved in.
nothing's going to go on at the front of this one. Hefford well clear from Ayres. 3.1 seconds. They've just sort of stayed pretty even, haven't they, through this one. Peter Van Gaal 1.8 seconds back. He's just doing his thing in the Youth Energy car there. And yeah, then you got Fliss behind, Blue Flag Racing. He's had a good meeting, I think, hasn't he? He got a bit of damage in the last one, but yeah, he's going to finish all 4 races, and you know, got himself a win and you know, some strong results. So probably come out of this meeting as top point scorer. I mean, had Hefford not had the DNF, but as it is,
it'll be close as it stands, I think. But I think Fliss is going to take it.
Davis and Whitehead. Oh, they are together on the track. No, they're not. It's
no, Davis and Thompson are behind. Oh no, they're not. It's Helmson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got very excited there for a second until you saw that the car was clean.
Yeah, me too.
And realised that it's impossible that either one of Davis or Thompson's cars is ever going to be clean. And
we're like a couple of school kids waiting in the playground to say,
fight. It looks like, put it this way, Davis's car looks like a Derek Warwick special from the in late 90s BTCC when he never came back with a straight panel on it.
Yeah, just having a look at the little group ahead of them as well, led by Smith at the moment. Max right behind, Waldock's there. These guys got been changing position. Davis is on the back end of that pack now. Macaulay, well, Macaulay just gets a shove.
He's off onto the grass a little bit as well, and Whitehead's trying to go around the outside of this last corner.
If you're going to turn in on that chicane there, you've got to give the room, otherwise that's always going to happen. When you're on the outside, you're always going to come off second best.
Thompson's in there, and then there's the other car of Stevens, the other Rothman's car.
Some definitely body work and some nice repair bills there for Mazda.
Thompson up the inside of, well, defending the line from Stevens, but yeah, he's really struggling out there as Thompson. He's really trying to keep with the group just in front, but
staying in
just
the draft
no,
the best
straight
he
line
possibly
speed,
can,
yeah.
isn't he? It's the only thing that's sort of keeping him going. What else do we have going on?
Whitehead going well and Helgeson going well, actually. 15 positions gained for Whitehead and 25 positions gained for Thorstein Helgeson.
Yeah, great job.
In fact, cars that started in the top 10 that are currently there is only 3. That's Hefford, Ayres and Van Gaal.
He's not here, but he's here in spirit.
Brandon Bath, I'm not sure what he's doing or where he is or how drunk he is, but
as I say, drunk by now, I think.
As long as he plays iRacing later, mate.
Yeah, that's it, and streams it. Who's in the Ghostbusters car?
14 is Matthew Bacon.
Yeah, Bacon.
Ain't afraid of no ghost.
Ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah. Should have had some bacon on there, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the obvious one, isn't it? But Holmes up the inside.
Sponsored by Dane Pack.
The Dane Pack. Well, I wondered. That's the thing. When I saw a Danish flag on the back of the car, I thought, oh, is that Matthew Bacon's car? was it Rafe Cullinan? I can't remember.
I think it was.
Rafe Cullinan got the Danish flag on the back of his car like some kind of maniac? Have a look. Yeah, he has. So I'm not sure what the connection is there. But because I was under the impression he was Irish.
Yeah, I've got an Irish flag, that's for sure. So
maybe that's Bacon's car and he just nicked it. I have absolutely no idea. But we should have done a Leerdammer livery.
Oh yes.
After,
Baxter might be out, I think. Dropping down the order, yeah, he's disappeared.
He won't be bringing home the bacon, that's for sure.
What's on with Baxter?
Right. And Bacon himself actually is taking on Roy Verke.
Oh, we're on to the last lap already. Where did that go? I'm just going to see what happened to Baxter, and then we'll get to the front.
Verke does that's my other pet hate, Alex, of racing. Doing a half defensive move You're going to do it, you go all the way to the side of the track, surely.
Oh, it's just a 1X, took Baxter out, so he just cut the chicane.
You know what I mean?
Yep, no.
If you're going to bother going to the middle of the track to defend, go all the way across to the inside, because that's the only way that it's going to actually work.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to still throw it up the inside, aren't they? If there's a car with
if they're there, they're there, exactly.
Alright, so I just jumped on board with Hefford. 3.8 seconds clear. He's coming up to the hairpin now. Looking very comfortable. Holmes and Adam Broughton Grant are side by side as well through Degner 1, and they continue that through Degner 2.
Oh, nice move by Adam around the outside in Degner 2. Oh, he's squeezing him a bit though. Oh, he goes for the inside. This is good. It's a good effort by Brian Holmes. Saw the opportunity.
Good racing. McIntyre just lurking, waiting to see what's going to happen here as well.
Yeah, that was clever driving from Holmes, because Adam sort of squeezed him to the right hand side, so he thought, sod that, I'm going to the inside.
Where's Hefford? So he's on the back straight now. Not long to go for him. Back to this battle. Very exciting at the moment.
But look at that though, Alex. 3.5 seconds. That was the gap at the after 2 sectors of lap 1, and that's what it is now.
Youth Energy car of Holmes trying to get a good run out of there. He does look like he's got that. He's right in the draft. Oh, there's contact between the two. He was trying to go for the inside. You have to go around the outside. He's lost his momentum now as well.
Can do that at 130 though.
Where is Hefford though? Here he comes.
He's coming out of the Casio Triangle, and he's going to take race 4 of the evening. Steve Hefford is going to come home and be our victor here in the 4th round, but it's going back to the battle for 5th. Oh, we're 3 wide coming out of 130R. Unbelievable. Into the final chicane. Broughton Grant goes around the outside.
I tell you, that is good.
The spin
that was so good. And then
McIntyre spins. They're coming over the grass and
no,
disqualified is Holmes.
Holmes.
Oh, Holmes is disqualified. Just a few metres from home. And, I think McIntyre spun, but he made it to the end. And
I think
so
Thompson
Adam
got disqualified on the last lap as well. Craig McLeod Evans too.
Adam Broughton Grant really brought the action to Brian Holmes, and his reward is finishing 5th.
Yeah, great job. It was a good battle through there, and yeah, 3 wide. I thought for the moment McIntyre had nailed it and got both of them. He looked like he got such a good run off of it, and then the car just got loose on him, and yeah.
He did exactly what Brian Holmes did in the previous race, didn't he?
Yep.
Got a bit excited looking at those guys in front, and yeah, fantastic.
Right, are we waiting for anyone else? I think that's it, isn't it?
I think it is, mate. I think it is indeed. So, I think from all of us here at Apex Racing TV.
You want to do the results? Sorry, one last time.
Oh, sorry, the results. Sorry.
That's all I was alluding to.
Sorry, my fault. Steve Hefford takes the win then by 3.8 seconds, ahead of Peter Van Gool in 3rd. That's a good finish for Van Gool. We didn't really notice him a lot during that race, but got it done. Patrick Fliss up to 4th in the end. Adam Broughton Grant with that brilliant battle with Brian Holmes finishes 5th. Matthew Pickin in 6th. Roy Viverke in 7th. Anwar Smith then in 8th. P9 for Max Wright and P10 for David Waldock. In 11th was Nathan Davis, Thorstein Helgeson in 12th, 13th for Jack McIntyre, 14th Andrew Whitehead, 15th for Alex Smolensky, 16th place was Dan McCauley and Alex Cherney in 17th, 18th for Joe McDonald, Giles in 19th with Kip Stevens in 20th, Adam Hedgecock in 21st, Rafe Cullen in 22nd, 23rd David Ayres, 24th Mark King, 25th was John Roberts, Stephen Minton in 26th place, Laura Bond in 27th, and then 28th was Craig Jones. Brian Holmes in the end 29th and disqualified from the race. Josh Thompson 30th, Craig McLeod Evans 31st, 32nd for Stephen Baxter. Everybody else who retired from the race: Robert Lundgren, Vlad Zajakovsky, Chris Daines, Stuart Atkinson, Lorne Murray, Lee Deemer, Ross McFarlane, Nick McCarran, Dan Hunt, Lee Berridge, Rizzo, Bamber, King, McNally, Lewis Bibby, Gareth Hicklin and Michael Barry. Well, Alex, that was a fantastic race meeting. We really enjoyed that, and it'll be a series that we are, I'm sure, looking forward to covering now on the Tuesday evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I hope the drivers take it for what it is. You know, it's an 8 race sprint fun championship, and you know it's all going to be about a little bit of craziness out there, and just got to enjoy it for for what it is. You know, I don't want to see people get taking this too seriously and get the hatred flowing on the on the Facebook group.
Let the hate flow through you. That's what it is. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to memes in the BSRTC, I think. Okay then, everybody, thank you for joining us here on Apex Racing TV. We've had a fantastic evening's racing. Thanks to Alex Simpson for providing the camera work. And from myself, Andrew Woodhouse, that's all from Suzuka. And we'll see you on Thursday night as the BSRTC enters the showdown. Good night.